You're absolutely 20 years old. This is definitely the best thing that could ever happen to you.
Okay, so
What?
I only noticed this like during this playthrough. So the
Uh-huh.
very first time we met the weird teens,
Uh-huh.
one of them said, "Soon everyone will have tacos."
Oh my god, you're right!
They predicted the taco buck.
Holy shit! Oh my god,
So, uh-huh.
those three weird teens are prophets.
Mm-hmm. They seriously are.
That's awesome.
So you're So you're a taco dude now?
I mean, I was hired to be a taco artisan, but I guess that means holding the sign out in the snow.
It's not really snowing that hard.
It's snowing, there is snow in the sky, falling.
How are the tacos here?
Good, I like tacos.
There is not one person on God's earth who doesn't love tacos.
It's true. What? Bad news, my ex hates tacos. That's why, yeah.
Good news, they're now your ex. Have fun with the tacos.
It pays.
This guy has had like 5 different jobs since the game started.
In the course of this game, yeah.
In
Taco
1
Bosh.
week.
Dine in, dine out. We deliver. Please tip your delivery persons. Best tacos in all of this general region, pretty sure. Been missing the pizza place? Why not try a pizza taco?
Oh wow, that sounds amazing.
Watching your health? Try out all lettuce taco.
No, I refuse.
Get out of here, kid, I'm working. All lettuce taco. Blech.
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 That's just a salad.
He's lonely.
Yeah.
I can't even talk to him. Oh wait, yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
you can? Yeah.
Who are you?
Haven't you seen me around?
Nah,
Well, I've noticed you.
that's not weird or anything.
Bit cold for standing outside, isn't it?
Someone's gotta stand here. Hey, you a Smelters fan? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Haha, yeah.
I gotta give it to this guy. He needs it. Go
He needs
Smelters?
Go Smelters.
Go Smelters! His best friend moved away.
Yeah.
I gotta talk Smelters with him. He needs a friend.
Yeah. He needs a friend.
Alright, let's go see what weird shit Germ's up to. Hey Germ, what are you doing? Oh, wait, what?
Gonna go on the old food donkey.
A lot of rats in the old food donkey.
My
Oh my
babies!
god!
My little rat babies! Well, not so little anymore.
There's so many!
You've made it! You've broken free! It's the miracle. I'm just gonna enjoy this moment for a bit. Don't mind me.
May, this is a problem. This is an infestation. May, what have you done?
They're her babies. How could you call them that?
Oh, Germ's not around. Maybe Germ's at the snack falcon.
For band practice.
I assume everyone's at the snack falcon waiting for me for band practice.
Oh yeah, Spooky, I never caught that either. I literally just this playthrough. I've played this game through probably 5 or 6 times.
I'm so glad you caught it while I was playing through with you. Like, that's awesome.
I am as well. Yeah, I wanted to say something so badly, but I was like, no. I must resist.
Oh my god. Thank you. Well, look who's alive and well.
Is that a surprise?
Nah. Just seems like relevant.
Well, look who's live and well, you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get out of here? Do band practice? Yes. I think
Yeah.
we've done everything right.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this playthrough that I've never gotten before.
God, this door just does not like to open.
Bet it's worse in the summer. Oh, wow, there's a pentagram on this sticker.
I can't read the
I
band
c
name on it.
Cops Driller?
I guarantee you it's not Cops Driller.
Maybe it's like a German band with a name in English. Sounds like that.
Guten Tag, we are Cops Driller.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Close enough. Where's Gregg?
Oh, yeah, he had to spring Angus from work.
What does that mean?
Zero clue.
Huh.
I'm a little unclear about how both of them still have jobs, since they seem to just up and leave work early a lot.
There's a lot about those two I don't understand.
I think they just plain need each other.
Gregg more than Angus, I think.
I don't think Angus would agree.
That's because it wouldn't occur to Angus to think otherwise. Because Angus is an extremely nice person. Uh, no.
Greg's a nice person.
Oh yeah, he definitely is. But he's also bratty and irresponsible. And has like zero attention span. Gregg needs a parent as much as he needs a boyfriend. And he's really lucky Angus is a little bit of both.
Angus thinks Gregg, like, saved him.
Listen, I'm not saying he didn't, if he thinks so. Angus might also just be attracted to really sincere guys in leather jackets who carry knives. I mean, if I met the right guy, those would all be pluses.
Jeez, you thought this out.
Before you came back, they were the only people I hung out with most of the time. I had a lot of time to study. So, like, how are you? Uh, I think let's be honest.
I don't even know. I'm still processing. I'm here, though.
Yeah,
You?
um, not great. I had a dream the world was ending.
Might be.
Do you think we're safe?
No idea.
Great feeling.
Yep.
So, like, I'm a little confused about what even happened last night. This one.
Well, there's apparently a death cult of dads. Or was. Who knows if that was all of them?
I can't believe they even exist, or existed.
Probably take them a few days to die.
Yup.
I don't know. I kinda understand them in a weird way.
Really?
It's like a port a porch light that's on, and there are all these bugs around it. And then the light goes out, and there's a hole where the light was. It's like what happened to me way back. Like I was telling you about on the couch last night.
Holy crap, that was last night. Seems like 2 lifetimes ago. Yeah.
God, I can't even wrap my head around these past 2 weeks.
I think that's pretty understandable, May.
The world is extremely messed up, huh?
Yes. Yes, it is.
A failed state?
Getting pretty close.
My granddad, before he died, his last words were like, "This house is haunted."
Okay, that's spooky. Was he in your house?
No, he was looking out the window at the hospital. but I think I get what he meant. This whole place. The other day, I ran into these three weird teens. Actually, wait, you met them too, at the graveyard.
Yeah, the ones that tortured you.
Yeah, them. They told me I'd see a bunch of pentagrams and it'd like aid me. I think they were witches. And then it actually happened?
How so?
I don't know. I saw the last of them in the tunnel last night, made from like the support beams. Angus would say it was pattern seeking.
That sounds like Angus. He'd say it nicely, though.
When I saw it, it reminded me of something. Didn't really register until this morning. Remember Adina and the frozen lake?
The folk tale? I think it's called Adina and the Frozen and the Forest God.
Whatever. Remember how there was like a dead astronomer who was like a reflection in the ice?
Yeah, looking for a star you can only see when you're dead. The ghost star. My mom had a ghost star tattoo.
Anyway, like if you're looking at a reflection of a star from below, it's gonna look kind of like a pentagram.
That's true?
Woke up this morning and was like, oh wow, I feel like I found my ghost star. And then lived.
And this is because of teen witches?
Okay, see, I thought that was dumb, but I met Germ's grandma.
What?
Yeah, I went to his house.
What's it like?
It's nice.
He has a trampoline.
Double wide with a finished basement. Got a trampoline.
Ugh, bouncing on those things makes me sick.
Anyway, his grandma told my fortunes, sorta.
Holy shit. What was your fortune?
Well, she said some pretty shitty things about my whole, head thing.
Ah,
But otherwise, it was kind of vaguely what happened last night.
wow.
Yeah, see? So, like, I'm thinking maybe she's a witch too. Not like an actual witch, the teens. Oh, not like an actual witch. The teens aren't real witches either.
So,
There's this other kid, Lori M. We've been hanging out.
you're just hanging out with teens all over the place these days?
Hush, I'm like a role model.
Yeah, okay. Oh, well then.
Lori does this thing where she puts little metal dudes on the train tracks.
Oh, and the train squishes them? That's so cool.
Yeah, she's great. I don't know. Maybe this is just me not being a kid anymore. But watching her do that, open her little bag and pull out these things, and then like using actual trains, making little monsters, I came to the only logical conclusion. Witch.
Well, gee, May, you seem to be just swimming in witches.
Hey, listen, you could be one too.
Oh god, I wish. I have some hexes to hand out.
And I mean, obviously I count as a witch. Like, I'm spooky magic all the way.
Of course.
I don't know. Last night, today, everything is extremely bad here right now. Everything is bad in the world.
Guys, they're like ghosts in an old mansion. Don't know they're dead. Just stalking around killing whoever moves in.
Like Granddad said, it's haunted. But there's also a lot of witches in it. And that makes me feel a tiny bit better.
So the entire Rust Belt is just lousy with ghosts and witches?
Yeah, but not all the ghosts are bad. Like, I mean, ugh. I don't really know where I'm going with this. It's been a long week.
It's fine.
So, have you had any new rat problems at the shop?
Yeah. How did you know?
I heard there were some rats around town.
May. May.
Makes me happy for some reason.
Well, there's no such thing as a small rat problem. There's just gonna be more of them.
Hope Springs, rats multiply.
Cute. We literally sell rat poison. They're going down.
We'll see. Hey, speaking of nothing,
Speaking of rats, I had nothing to do with.
yeah, how good is your car?
Why? Good how? Good how?
Like, can it drive real far?
May, do you know anything about what?
We should, like, do a road trip
To where?
out west. It gets all flat.
That it does.
We can go where it's really flat.
Uh, this.
And you can see, like, the world's largest pierogi. Or a museum of toy rocket ships. Or a factory where they make pretzels. Or a house that looks like a big chicken.
I could. Okay, let's talk about it next year.
I'll start planning it now.
I thought you couldn't leave home because of your issue.
Eh, you're home enough. I mean, if we're trapped here together, we might as well be trapped out there together.
Aww.
Yeah. I mean, if we're not dead by then, lol.
You have a way of making Doom sound like a lot of fun, Mayday. That's actually kind of a gift. I am filled with emotion.
Right?
God damn this door! I think God already has.
There they are.
Hey guys. Sup, nerds? I need to know how this happened.
How did you get Angus out of work?
I made up a family emergency. My uncle got run over by a tractor.
Wow.
I mean, he did in real life too, but that was like years ago. Hey, Gregg, so I didn't really know Casey. Yeah, I just want to say I'm really sorry. Yeah, thanks. Casey was a good one.
Casey was good.
Should we, like, tell his parents? Huh. Ugh, that's rough. Um, because so probably, like, would they even believe me? And that
Hmm.
leads to all other types, like, all other horrifying implications. But no just means that his parents don't get closure.
Yep.
May's too good, probably.
Probably.
What do we tell them?
I don't know. Can we, like, make up something that sounds real?
Oh, what? The truth isn't real enough? No, you're right. The truth is insane. So, like, what do we do?
About Casey?
No, like, in general.
Can we think about this tomorrow? Can we just play a song and get pizza?
I don't think song and pizza is an answer, really.
Can we just be normal for like one day?
I don't know how today can possibly feel normal. Let's do this one.
When I was in that coma or whatever, I saw the future. Or maybe it's now the future. Or was the future.
flying cars and shit? Actually, those would be a disaster. Haha, finally you admit it. You owe me $5. That's a bet.
No, it was like the town was abandoned. Like being eaten and reclaimed by nature or some shit. I went to where my house used to be. When I was there, I felt completely hopeless. But now I think but now I think I could just build another house. Or I could just move on, knowing when to hold on and when to let go. Okay, I lost my entire train of thought. I had it for a second, then it was gone.
Song and pizza sounds good, May. Song and pizza.
Yeah, good enough.
Oh, damn. I thought you said there was going to be another song. Or is
No,
there?
you played the other song. You
Oh,
played
okay.
Pumpkinhead Guy. That was the song.
Oh, okay. That impossibly hard song.
Yes.
Oh, damn. There are a lot of lessons in this game, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Good story, huh?
What a special game. Like, I don't use the word special lightly because this is a really, like, it's very easy to relate to these characters. To especially empathize with B. I'm really looking forward to playing through Gregg's story on my own.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like so many people in our generation can empathize with this game.
Yeah.
Oh, Spooky, they're making another game, Revenant Hill? Oh, man.
Yeah, remember you showed it to me? I think it was after was it a PlayStation showcase? It was a couple months ago. You were like, "This is Kiwi's game." And you were like, "Look at this. It's that cat like walking around town doing stuff."
Yes. Yep. Okay, yep,
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's by these guys? Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's why you were like, that's where you were so excited to show it to me.
I was like, oh, this is a Theresa game.
Yep, you recognized it.
Yeah, this game, it's going to take me a few days to process everything that I went through with this game. One of the things I really liked is the pacing, because one of the, we've talked a lot about the emotional impact and the relatableness of the characters and whatnot, but what I really like is that it starts off very cozy and fall and whatnot, and then, man, once that first abduction happens and you start investigating the quote-unquote ghost,
Yeah.
the spookiness factor skyrockets, and they always drop shit on you like when you're least expecting it. Like the first one was right after Harfest. Then you had after that really deep philosophical and theological discussion you had with Angus, and you learned about Angus's backstory, and that dude was just right behind you the whole time. And honestly, like, I mentioned before, I'm like, oh, are we gonna see that people were missing throughout time? It's Sharko!
Yeah.
I mentioned before, I'm like, oh, are we gonna see people missing around town that belong to this cult? I'm actually, rip Casey.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad that we didn't, because the fact that these are just some faceless guys from around town is a lot more disconcerting than anything else.
Yeah.
You know, it really does it's almost like that sort of like whenever you hear like news reports, like after a murderer is found and they interview like the neighbors, they're like, oh, he was always so quiet. Like,
yeah, he was so nice. I never would have suspected.
Exactly. It's that ramped up to 11 because it's not one dude. It was like a bunch.
Yeah.
And like, how many people do you like? We know Casey, but like, man, how many people did they sacrifice to this hole?
Must have been a lot, because he was talking about some 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it gets hungry every few months.
Every few months, yeah.
Yeah. So you got to figure probably 4 or 5 sacrifices per year.
Oh yeah, for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's 100 people, easy.
Yeah, and it also kind of ties into, remember when we were talking to some of the drifters when we went out to the tracks and
Yep.
Germ introduced us. They were talking about how, like, oh, I have a friend who says don't stop at Possum Springs.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
because word gets around, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm also like I'm really glad we went through B's story, and B is such an interesting character because I feel like there's a lot of people in our generation who could easily relate to her.
Yeah, she's incredibly relatable.
Like,
But I mean, at the same time, I think you'll find Gregg's story very relatable too. But
oh,
like
I'm
I said at
sure.
the beginning, like when we started playing, I really feel like between the two, May grows up more when she hangs out with B.
Yeah, and God, there were so many subtle, like nuanced conversations in this. I really liked all of the. I want B to go to college so badly too. The girl
Yeah,
deserves
she
it.
deserves it. Mm-hmm.
All of the nuanced conversations about the nature of God and religion and whatnot, really fascinating because, especially now, where there's so many people coming out, brandishing the name of the word of God like it's some type of a weapon,
Yeah.
against all of these other people that are just literally trying to, literally, here's to surviving, and here people are, slapping their Bibles and raising them up and like brandishing them like they're swords. I think it's really important for people to step back and be like, hey, what does this book actually say? What does it mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
we've talked about this previously, Theresa. You and I both raised Catholic, both went to church, did all that stuff. We know that there's nowhere in the Bible doesn't say all these horrible things about all these people.
Yeah. No.
It's the Bible is a collection of stories. They're like guidelines on how to be a decent person,
Mm-hmm.
and it's infuriating to me because all these people that are quoting the Bible don't know what it means. And
Yeah.
the other thing is, like, when you look at a game like this and you look at characters like Pastor Kate, one of the most interesting conversations in this game was when May was like, "Do you believe in God?" and Pastor Kate was like, "Sometimes."
Yeah.
Like, what a thing to say. Because if you ask any pastor that, like, no, of course they're going to say, yeah, absolutely, all the time. Whether or not they believe it, they're going to tell you that they do because they have to. They feel they have to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's having a character that is a person of the cloth, openly admitting that, yeah, there are times when my faith wavers, is such a big thing because that's normal. That's normal.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyone, given all of the circumstances that are happening around in the world today, it is very easy for your faith to waver. It's so
Yeah.
easy. And so there are the people who will clutch ever tighter to their faith out of fear, and then there are people who will lose their faith. And it's a really interesting dichotomy,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, that's why like that conversation stuck with me because to me that is what having faith in God is sometimes questioning, like, well, yeah, sometimes I believe he's there, but
Yeah.
there sometimes things get so bad I can't believe he's there. I have to do things with my own hands.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that kind of reminds me, like, I don't know if this is supposed to be a joke or like a weird little parable or whatever. There's a story about, like, there's a guy who's out in the ocean and he's drowning and he prays to God to help him.
Right.
Someone comes by in a boat and is like, "Hey, let me help you," and the guy's like, "No, no, it's cool. God's got me."
Yes.
So the
I
guy in
know
the
the story.
boat
God.
leaves,
Hmm.
and then like 2 more guys come by in boats, um, and then they leave because the guy's like, "No, no, no, God's got me."
Yeah.
And this dipshit eventually drowns. He
Yep.
dies, goes to heaven, and he's like, "What? Why didn't you help me?" And God's like, "You idiot! I sent
I
you
said
3 boats."
exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I love that story because God helps those who help themselves, essentially.
Yeah.
Um, and it's I didn't think I'd play a game where mental health advocacy and the nature of faith would feature so prominently and would be framed so well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really tricky tightrope to walk, and they did a fantastic job.
They nailed it. Um, damn. Infinite Fall. I mean, bravo. I'm looking forward to your next game now with bated breath because if you can bring the thunder like you did with Night in the Woods, man, I'll be there day one. Uh,
Hell yeah.
hell yeah. I'm just seeing what Hillary's talking. Yeah. So Hillary, I'm just gonna go ahead and read this for those who are gonna catch this later, who aren't in the chat. But so there's a good one I've heard where someone asked a pastor why God created atheists, and the pastor said that atheists are truly selfless because they don't help people so they can get into heaven. They do it because people need help, and so whenever helping other people, everyone should become an atheist. Um, yes, I agree. I think that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Because it's not it shouldn't be about your final reward. It should be about helping people now.
Yep. You
Oh
know,
man,
you don't help it to gain something for yourself. You help because it's the right thing to
it's
do.
the right thing to do. Exactly.
Yeah.
This there's gonna be so much about this game I'm gonna be thinking about for the rest of the week. I know it. Um, Teresa, thank you for suggesting that we play this to start off October. Um,
Hmm.
I know you've been looking forward to this for months, so I was really happy to do it. But man, I was roped in from start to finish. These characters, I fell in love with these characters. I'm so glad they're all okay. And
Yes. Yeah,
I mean,
that's the thing too. Like, I really love there's so much tension in the game, especially like, down in the hole. You're not sure what happens to May after the gunshot.
yeah,
But even though like the ending is kind of open-ended in a sense, because, the things with the conservative uncles down in the hole, that's not resolved.
right,
We did, run into Molly, who was like, "Yeah, I got a lot of weird calls last night."
yeah,
Um, I mean, you don't really know what's gonna happen
right.
after the fact, but it's also okay because that's just how life is.
I would argue that that is definitely intentional because that plays back into the faith card. I
Hmm.
have faith that it's going to be okay.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
that these four kids are going to figure it out.
Hmm.
Um, and if they don't, they have people. They have a network of people around them that want to help. That's the other important thing.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
I think the only thing that bothers me about the ending is that Germ fucking disappeared.
No, he just didn't show up to band practice that day.
Because he went back to his fucking planet. His people needed him.
His people needed him. Yeah.
Ah, could you do something about the well? I've got dynamite. Oh my god! Of course you fucking do, Germ.
If anybody in this town has dynamite, you know it's Germ.
Yeah, I have faith in Germ. Germ, honestly, Germ will save us all.
Germ will save us all. You gotta have faith.
I'm gonna play through this game again at some point soon because there's just so I want to see Gregg's story. I want to see more about Gregg and Angus, and
Yeah.
I am I love this game. God damn, I really love this game. The other reason I like this game is I could tell so much heart went into it.
Yes.
This game exudes and just bleeds care for the story,
Hmm.
And I appreciate that as a creator. I appreciate that so much time and effort was put into not only making this a yes, this game is so meaningful and important. You are exactly right, Spooky. Like this is I would recommend this I would recommend this game to anybody to play and really like not just play it but really like digest it,
Yeah. Yeah, near the end, the dialogue became a little harder to follow, but in a good way.
Yeah, I could definitely see how this game has had an impact on people. I feel like it's had an impact on me. it's very rare that I think about the nature of faith and whatnot. It's just it's not something that I consider in my day to day life. And see, like watching what May and B went through, and that whole last conversation where May was kind of recapping all of the events, all the things that she did when B wasn't around.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. It just it. I kind of like objectively stepped back and I thought to myself, I'm like, I've been here before, just in that sort of like very listless, I don't know what I'm doing state.
Yeah.
Um, and I consciously recall myself thinking when I was listening to this, I'm like, May's gonna be okay. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, I'm gonna be okay. Whenever I start to feel like that, I'm gonna remember, all the shit that May did. May told an elder god to shit or get off the pot.
She sure did that. Yep.
And the elder god went, "Oh, my bad, sorry," and fucked off. So, like, if that is a lesson I plan on taking to heart. When things start getting bad, whenever I feel like there's some god out to get me, I'm gonna be like, "Listen, if you're gonna do it. Ante up or fuck off."
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, it's just like, even if you don't relate to May, which I kind of do, like in the sense, I graduated college and I moved home with mom and dad because I
Yep.
had no other plan.
Same.
Um, that's so fucking relatable. The other characters, like, they all bring something to the table, so there's ways to relate to, basically anyone in this story.
Yeah.
And I find that just it's so I don't even know how to describe it. Like, this game just gives me hope. The ending of this game, the way it ends, is just hopeful because
Mhm.
life is going to go on, things are going to be okay. Things may be rough.
Yes.
Like, it's not promising that everything's going to be peachy keen from here on out. Life is going to be life, but it's also going to be okay.
Yeah. And I think
And that's really important.
that is the big takeaway here is that everything will be okay.
Yeah.
So I think with that we let's get off of our soapbox, and I think with that I think we're gonna call it here, and
Yep.
thank you for
We're out of
tuning in,
game
and yeah, we're all out of game for now.
for
Um,
now.
but thank you for tuning in and for watching this and for being a part of this playthrough, everybody. We really appreciate it, and don't forget to follow our YouTube channel. Actually, the beginning of the Night in the Woods playthrough has just started going up.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know, Teresa. Did we decide what we were going to play next? I think we were tossing around playing World of Horror.
World of Horror, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna jump on World of Horror on Thursday night because we're like a week and a
It's
half out from Halloween. It's spooky season.
it's
Let's play
spooky
something.
month. Yeah.
Let's play some messed up horror things.
Hell yeah.
And we need to pivot from this wholesome eldritch, mystery. We gotta
Yes.
dive straight into Terror Town.
More Eldritch mystery, but not wholesome.
No, not. If you have Spooky, if you haven't heard of World of Horror, it's been in early access for ages on Steam, but it's like a point and click like styled off of Japanese horror. It's like an RPG. I've been wanting to play this game for months, but we waited specifically for Halloween because it just seemed like the right time. And it's also, I mean, it's hitting consoles later this in like a week or two anyway. But we're gonna be playing it
Yeah.
on Steam. But yeah, if you want, definitely join us on Thursday night because we're gonna be starting it up, and I honestly can't wait. I think it's gonna be great.
I'm very
So
excited. Have you played it? You've not played it at all?
me personally, I haven't played a thing. I've tried to avoid as much as I could on it because I want to go in blind.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going in blind.
Oh, okay. So
I'm
you
gonna
know,
be that asshole again.
all right.
It's
Okay.
it's a roguelike. So, I mean,
I'm
some
gonna
things are
die.
gonna be the same, but yeah, that's honestly part of the experience.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I like roguelites, but I like I just for the little bit that I've seen about it because it kind of falls back into that 8-bit, 16-bit aesthetic. Um,
Yeah, it's really good. It's like it looks like something that you would play in the early 90s on your MS-DOS
oh
PC.
God, that's gonna take me back. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
But yeah,
Okay,
so
good. Very good.
don't forget to follow our YouTube. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Receivables, um, because
We're,
that's when we
we're gonna make a
post.
blue sky, right?
I am gonna make a blue sky because Twitter's spiraling the shithole, and I'm just. Ugh.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
but yeah, I am gonna make a blue sky, and if anyone wants to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Tamasmataz. Uh, you could do that too, and I will see you guys on Thursday night. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a good
Yep.
night.
Have a good night.